Welcome to That's No Class. I'm Brian Berumen.
And I'm Morgan Darian.
Welcome back to the home of class, where we talk about the most interesting and funny things happening in the news and in our lives, try to figure out how to live classy, and call out no-class moves.
This week in news, Brian brings us a story on cybercrime. I cover Bass Pro Shop visits. We review what we missed during our time off in Double News, share some wine and cheese, and as always, we end with our no-class picks.
I want to thank you all for letting us have that little break from the show there, but I especially want to thank all the listeners that reached out and for maybe only the second time in the show's history, almost completely on my side about workplace potlucks being the worst and saying it was so funny and true. Thank you all. Thank you. I feel seen. One listener said, quote, "I'm invited to something I don't want to be at and I have to bring something." That's right. But thank you guys all. This is why you're the best audience in the world. Let's get to some news.
Now here's the news.
All right, this story. You know I'm a newsman, and it's rare that I see something in the news that I've never heard of before. And this one, I think I just stared at the headline when I saw it at work thinking, what?
Okay.
How?
What is it?
Have you ever heard of cyber kidnapping?
No. Oh, kind of.
Have you?
Maybe.
What do you think?
Okay, what I think it is that, because I've heard of like someone kind of kidnapping a whole school's like system, and they're like, we'll give you back your system.
You're talking about like ransom. Yeah.
If you pay us this much.
That, I forget what the word for that is, but that's not cyber kidnapping, but close.
Okay.
Close.
All right.
Cyber kidnapping is way more strange. So this is what happened. A 17-year-old Chinese exchange student was living with a family in Utah.
Okay.
He gets contacted by somebody who tells him to go away and hide himself and take pictures like he's been kidnapped. Then his parents in China are contacted and told that he's being held and he'll be hurt unless the family pays the ransom. So this poor kid takes a tent, goes into a kind of wooded area and just stays there in the tent, waiting for the ransom to get paid. The parents do it. They pay $80,000, but this kid for some reason is not told that this has happened, or the kidnappers just don't care what happens to him. Who knows? But the parents contact the police, and then the police have to try to find him, even though he's trying to completely stay off the grid and hide. He's already been gone for days. Keep in mind, this is in Utah. It happens in early January. It's snowing.
No.
It's cold, dangerously cold. Police do finally find him on foot by tracking his purchases and his phone data.
What?
He was alone with only a jacket, what they were calling a heat blanket. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
And limited food and water.
Oh my gosh.
Like, how much longer could he have lasted out there?
How did they get him to go?
Well, they just tell him that they're going to hurt his parents. We know they tell both sides, we're going to hurt the other side if you don't pay this money.
What?
And they say, we know who your parents are, so we're watching, because if we can get through, I guess, with this scheme and this scam, then
I don't like this.
That's what they do.
That's not right.
It's horrible. That's exactly.
Can they catch these guys? No.
Basically, no. It's all done online. It's
how do they contact them though?
They contact them through, I guess, their personal phone and say,
they can't track anything?
We know who your parents are. I mean, I don't know. How do you track anybody?
I don't know.
We can't even catch scam phone calls.
We better have better systems.
We don't. And
how
especially,
can we do all the things we can do and we can't track people?
Well, they're in China.
Oh.
How China can't track these people, I don't know, because China's already watching everything.
Yeah,
like, why can't...
That's wild.
I don't know, but it really blew my mind.
Yeah.
It's kind of innovative. But really, it's just like a classic kidnapping. It's just, you don't need any, like, street toughs to be holding him physically.
I mean, yeah.
You just tell him.
I guess they're not, like, hitting him, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
but, like
that.
The knee-jerk reaction is kind of ridicule this. Like, how do you go do this if you never see a person threatening you physically? But I guess all they have to do is say, hey, we're going to hurt your parents. And they go, okay,
Why
fine.
didn't he contact his parents first?
Well, they're already like, we're watching and we'll know if you contact your parents.
How would they know?
I don't know. I don't know how they do this.
There's holes in this.
I mean, that's what con men do.
Yeah, I
right?
guess. They're
Is
really
like, we
convincing.
convince you that there's going to be this thing.
Skills.
So this is a new thing. I thought it was
I'm sorry
really...
I asked so many questions
No,
during
it's
this,
good.
but like
This
this is insane.
It's so new and weird, right?
It's very weird.
It's super
I need to know all the answers so I can avoid this.
Yeah, no. So that's what happened. And apparently it's a really big problem, especially with Chinese foreign exchange students who are getting targeted in the U.S. Like, this is happening.
Because they're like, oh, your parents have at least enough money to send you here.
Oh, yeah. Your parents have a lot of money if they can afford to send you here. So
That's crazy.
we're going to ransom you. So anyway, man, that's that's my story. Where's the justice?
I don't
Where's
know.
the beekeeper, man? Where's my man Jason Statham regulating, cell phone-based scams?
I don't know.
So evil.
Okay.
Anyway, okay. What do you got?
So I'm just going to list the events that happened at this Alabama Bass Pro Shop. A man crashes his car into a pole right outside the Bass Pro Shop. Oh, I was just going to say, I don't know if Bass Pro Shops are everywhere. I think they are.
Yeah.
But it's basically like an outdoorsy store.
They're definitely way more common
Camping,
not in LA
fishing.
than they are.
Yeah.
They're
okay.
everywhere.
But just in case.
Yeah,
okay.
for
So
sure.
it's a giant store with lots of outdoor
The
stuff.
most enormous store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he crashes his car. Not weird yet. Then strips down to nakedness, full nude. Then runs into the Bass Pro Shop where they have a giant aquarium. He then cannonballs into the aquarium. Shoppers were shocked. He stood under the waterfall portion of the aquarium, very fancy. 2 officers arrive and tell him to get out. He leaves the water, yells at them, and then dives back in. This is all done while yelling obscenities at the shoppers and the officers alike.
Okay.
Then he climbs over the side of the aquarium and falls onto the concrete floor, knocking himself out.
Oh, my God.
This is when the officers finally take him into custody, but not before he wakes back up and kicks one of the officers in the groin. Here's the thing with these types of news stories. Yes, it was drugs. Of course it was drugs. The article quotes the police chief as saying, hopefully he'll take responsibility for his actions. And right after it says, the defendant did not accept any responsibility, but he remembers doing it. What I also love about this, and it's not the violence or chaos, is that one of his charges is criminal mischief, which is like a charge you would give to a leprechaun or devious ghost or like Oliver and the Artful Dodger. Criminal mischief. I'm sorry. First degree criminal mischief. So not that bad. Not that mischievous.
No, I think that's worse. I think
that's
first degree criminal mischief is
so
worse.
this is like really bad
third
mischief.
degree is minor. First degree is serious
Got
mischief.
it. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So really bad mischief was
Terrible
done.
mischief.
I mean, insane. He's like, just a Tuesday.
Yep. It was the drugs.
It was the drugs.
It wasn't me.
Exactly. Not taking responsibility for any of that.
I like the second in your series of person on drugs, somehow like in an aquatic type scenario.
I know, like why?
Surrounded by
They're
people.
drawn to water.
What was that one said? Oh, God. Not in front of the children.
In front of the children. Idiot. That's what they said.
That's what it said.
Idiot. In front of the children.
Oh, man.
Amazing.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Very good.
There you go. Do you got personal news?
I do have personal news.
What is it?
We took some weeks off from the show. That's kind of my personal
that was
news.
wild, yeah.
But we haven't been taking time off from work.
No.
You kind of have. We'll get to that later. But let me tell you, I did not. But I am so glad to be back in the studio because of that. Because for weeks now, the only radio that I've been making is at my other job, being a news anchor. Let me tell you guys, I took for granted how fun this show is to do. What a relief it is to be making something I want to make and to be an actual human being here. We are back. We are with our people, talking about fun stuff.
Yeah.
And I just feel alive.
I love it.
So that's my news.
I also have news.
Okay, what do you got?
I got some Beats Fit Pro headphones off eBay for $30. And damn, if these are fake, I don't want to be real.
They're so fake.
They're pretty damn fake.
They look really
They look
convincing.
amazing.
Incredibly convincing, but
$30.
also incredibly not real.
They don't have a lot of the features that are supposed
Yeah.
to be in
on
them.
the box. I mean, a perfect recreation.
Also, if I turn the volume up to a normal level, it will kill me.
Deafen you.
For sure.
The lowest
But
you
you
can
know
get
what?
is super loud.
$30.
$30, man.
So.
Hey,
And get it on eBay.
it was your birthday. Yeah. Hey, what about that? Personal news. You had a birthday.
No one wants to hear
It
about
was a big
that.
deal. And you were sick for a week.
There's too many things.
We watched many seasons of Project Runway. What a good show.
Great show.
That's no class. The Project Runway of podcasts. Okay. When we come back, we've been gone for a little bit, so we have some news to catch up on. And then we're whining and cheesing. Thanks so much for being here. We love having you. We'll be right back. Welcome back. A lot of stuff has been going on and we haven't been able to tell you about it, so we wanted to do a recap of what you might have missed in the news. So here it is again, double news with a theme, stuff you might have missed.
Now here's the news!
Again! Stupid. Okay. What do you got?
First, ChatGPT opened a store where you can get custom-made ChatGPTs. And as the first podcast to ever talk about ChatGPT, we stay up to date. So you may be confused. What in the heck?
What's the product?
So the product is a customized chatbot. And what can a customized chatbot do? Apparently they can do a lot of stuff. Like one example they said is they can build a website.
So are you just buying a chatbot that can do singular things?
Basically, yes.
Why don't they just make one that can do everything?
Well, apparently the one that can do everything already does everything, but it's harder for people to somehow get it to do the specific thing they want is the way that I am gathering
They're like
this.
specialized.
That's exactly what they are. They're called them
And they
customized and specialized.
Faster things for that specific thing.
Probably. Or
Okay.
they're better at it.
Cool.
They respond better. Yeah. So that's
Fine,
it.
good for them.
And the way that it is you apparently pay like a subscription fee with it, like everything else. You pay a monthly fee and you have access to all of them.
I bet you could just have everything and it built into one, and
Yeah.
they're just like, let's make products.
Yeah, well, you gotta exactly. How are they going to make money? How
yeah,
does that
smart.
company make money? I don't know, but that's one of them.
All right,
So
cool.
there you go. AI products. What?
A man died in Kenya while riding his motorcycle from a car crash. Nope, a lion got him. So I bet your 2024 is going better than his. You're welcome for that. I mean,
Was that your one sentence story?
yeah.
Morgan tells me I got one story. It's just one sentence.
Yeah, I don't know any other details. I just know that, like, don't drive a motorcycle in Kenya.
Amazing.
Insane.
Great.
Okay.
Fantastic. Okay. NASA has pushed back its timeline for sending people back to the moon to 2026.
Man.
Basically, the reason, nothing works.
Oh, no. Okay, well, that's a good reason to push it back.
Yeah. They're like, we don't have a single thing that really works other than the rockets to shoot them. And some of those don't even work. Multiple
Oh my
companies are
gosh.
making various rockets and landers and crew capsules, and nothing is working out
Why don't they just go back to the ones that worked?
because those are so antiquated at this point. I read a little bit about this, that nobody knows kind of how the original landers were even kind of made.
What?
So they're having to kind of...
There's no notes or anything?
I guess not. They have to relearn
Fired.
how to do this.
Fired.
They're not. It's not even that they're fired. They're not alive anymore. These people were
I know, but
young in
they're
the
fired.
60s. They're not alive.
They're fired in the 60s. Take a note, Bob.
Yeah. So anyway, the timelines were optimistic anyway. That we were going to be
Okay.
sending people back to the moon in 2025. Don't think so.
I mean, yeah, we're not very good at things sometimes.
And I'm the most about all of this stuff, but
Yeah, I'm
still,
stoked.
I'm like, I don't think we're quite there yet. So wouldn't be surprised if it isn't until like 2030 that this stuff actually
Most likely.
happens.
All right.
so-
Well, we'll still be alive.
Yeah, we'll
So.
we'll see it,
That's cool.
hopefully.
Okay. What we missed in news schemes nod.
Ooh.
A passenger tried to hide 17 bullets in a disposable baby diaper and was caught by security. The article called it a loaded diaper.
Clever. Why 17?
I don't
Is that
know.
like one magazine?
No idea.
Somebody tell us. Let us know.
Don't huff paint before flying. You do stupid stuff like this, and also it's not good for you. Insane.
Pretty crazy.
Okay, what else?
Was there a baby or was it just a diaper?
Nope, no babies.
No babies?
No babies.
He's just
going.
carrying a diaper? and
Yes.
he's like,
Just in case I need this diaper for myself.
okay.
Insane. I mean,
I'm glad I asked a follow-up question.
ridiculous.
I'm assuming there's a baby.
Nope, no babies.
Not that the bullet is per se dangerous to the baby just sitting in the diaper, but it's
just like at least there would be a
weird.
reason to have a diaper in your
That's what I'm
luggage. In
saying.
your carry-on, by the way.
What's up with your diaper, man?
I mean-
Oh. Okay. Wild. How did you find so many wild stories? I guess we had so many weeks off that
did.
You got them.
America.
America. Okay. My last story. Everybody's heard of this story by now, but I feel like we just got to give it a little time here.
Okay.
A freaking panel blew off a Boeing plane in flight. You've
I
all
didn't
seen the
hear
video.
this.
You have not heard of this?
How would I hear of this?
Are you serious, man?
Yes, I'm serious. What?
Okay.
What is
Then
it?
let me tell you.
Yeah, tell
This
me
is
at least.
Wild to me. All right. Morgan is the only person in the country, everyone, who has not heard of this story. Okay. Plane takes off from Portland, coming here to Ontario Airport in SoCal.
Okay.
A couple minutes into the flight, suddenly a panel, a whole side of the plane blows off.
What?
And there is a whole cell phone video of people looking out into the night sky through this hole. Apparently sucked a dude's shirt off his body.
What?
Nobody was hurt. They landed the plane, but...
Wait, are they like in the... Like they are
in the
They
air.
can stick their arm out into the air.
Yes. They
How
are...
does everyone survive? I thought everyone died if that happened.
No, they got seatbelt. That's why you get your seatbelt on. Don't take your freaking seatbelt off. Okay? But yeah, everybody was cool, but...
I'm surprised no one like flew out and didn't have their seatbelt on.
Yeah, apparently nobody was hurt.
See?
They grounded every model of that plane to inspect them, and then found that multiple other planes had loose bolts on this same part. What? So this is an issue. Boeing is like stock price dropping. People are like,
I'm sure.
Of course, as you would.
Can you imagine being those people just sitting there like in the air?
Insane.
In the fresh air.
I mean, there's a scene in the movie Fight Club that is almost like this. It's a crash. And
I would have
a
peed
hole
my
opens
pants.
up, but people seemed relatively calm. Or it could have just been so loud that you didn't hear the screams.
Yeah.
What do you got? Last one.
Okay, last one. Someone is suing Dunkin' Donuts because they were going to the bathroom at one of the Dunkin' shops and they were injured by an exploding toilet mid-use. He has a pretty good case because the employees told him that they knew about the problem and didn't stop him from using it.
What's the problem?
I don't know that they have an exploding toilet.
That, like exploding meaning that it just like water shoots up out of it, or that the thing actually
I think there was
blows
like
up?
debris as well.
Like pieces of things?
I don't know.
Like-
He was covered in feces and he got injured. So I don't know what that means.
His own or stuff that was already in there?
Stuff that was in there. Here's the thing, though. I feel like he would have had a better case if his lawyers weren't claiming that not only was he injured physically, but he also required mental health care and counseling after the incident.
That is a very common thing.
I mean, I'm all about taking care of your brain and your feelings, but that's a stretch. Like, you got hit by some poo, and yes, that's gross, but I think you'll be okay. One time, I ate a piece of cat litter on accident. Did I need to speak to a professional afterwards? No. Did I feel like I needed mental health help? Maybe, but I ignored that shit like we're supposed to, and now I don't eat stuff off the floor. Case closed.
The needs of each person are unique. Who knows? Maybe he really is traumatized. Maybe he can never use a public toilet ever again.
He's like, I have to go outside now.
Only outside.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we've caught you guys up. That's what's been going on in the last 2 weeks.
Those are the only stories
Those are the
you
only
need
stories
to
that
know.
happened in the world in the last 2 weeks. Okay. When we come back, it's our time for sharing the good and the bad. And it goes down easier with a glass of wine. And then, of course, we've got your no-class picks. Stay with us.
Brian and I, we love us some wine and cheese. You might even say it's my drug of choice. And if I ate enough of it, who knows? I might end up under a waterfall at Bass Pro Shop too. It's that good. If every night could consist of a simple Gouda and our $6 Pinot Grigio from Ralph's, we'd feel like damn hell-ass kings. So here's our segment called Wine and Cheese, or Wine and Cheese. Can you hear the H? Wine? Because we're about to share something we're annoyed with, but probably shouldn't complain about, and something that's too dumb cheesy and shouldn't be said out loud because ew, gross, that's too nice. And while we share with you, we're going to drink and snack and pretend we're cuddled up next to an old Christmas tree trying valiantly to extend our holiday through February. Cheers.
Cheers, friend.
We have a special wine.
We do.
Tell us about it.
This week is given to us, this wine, from a friend and listener of the show.
Nice.
This is one of their favorite segments. And so they said, please use this wine. I want to contribute to the next segment. So
I freaking love this.
So awesome. So cool. This is Pine Ridge.
Okay.
How do you say this?
I think it's Chenin Blanc.
Chenin Blanc plus...
One year.
There you go. Close enough. A
I love it.
blend.
A gift. Gifts are encouraged.
Highly encouraged and will be accepted. I mean, if we bought a bottle of wine out of the parking lot of a gym from a complete stranger, we will certainly take your recommendation as a listener of the show.
You don't even have to buy it for us.
No, you don't.
Just recommend it.
Tell us the name, just like this.
Amazing.
Awesome. Okay.
I love it.
I really like it. It's really light and wine.
That would go well with a lot of things.
It would, especially cheese if we had it, but we don't have any right now, unfortunately.
Because I can't breathe.
Just
so
wine.
That's my fault.
You're sick. Okay.
Okay. Do you have a wine?
Get to my wine.
Love it.
All right. I like my movies and I like my TV shows.
Okay.
And I've talked here on the show before about how I go to watch movies by myself. I watch all kinds of movies, from independents to the big dramas and action movies, especially during awards season right now.
Sure.
I'm watching them all. The Golden Globes were this week.
Oh.
I've seen most, if not all, of the nominees for the movies. TV, not so much.
Okay.
Because I just don't have the time. I'm
Sure.
seeing probably 2% of what's out there in total. But I know how to pick what's good and what's worth my time. This year, probably watched less new TV than I've ever watched in my adult life, but somehow, having only watched maybe 4 or 5 new shows, I still managed to be discerning enough to sift through all the trash, and it is 95% trash and basic TV, and found The Bear and Beef. And wouldn't you know it, both of them won some of the top awards for TV at the Golden Globes. So my long setup to my wine is this.
Okay, what's your wine?
Why don't people listen to me when I tell them a show is great? And why do I have to listen to them tell me about their picks for what's good when clearly my taste is superior? Beef wins the Golden Globe, and my friend at work tells me, Beef, oh man, I think I'm going to watch it. Brian, is it good? Yeah, it's good. And I told you it was good when I first watched it almost a year ago.
Oh my gosh.
I don't need award shows to tell me things are good. I know already, and people should just listen to me when I give them my picks. It doesn't matter that I haven't seen every garbage Netflix original show. I watched the only good one they ever made, and I picked it out right away. So please, save your time, stop watching so much bad TV, and just listen to me.
You used your wine to brag about yourself.
Kind of. But also wine. Because I got people recommending me stuff all the time, and I just want to tell them, I'm not going to watch that. I'm sure it's not good. If it was good, I would have found it already.
You're such a snob.
There's no way. Sorry.
You're a snob, but I love you.
Sorry.
I kind of get it, though. Okay, my wine this week is that I have no wine. Usually I have wines because I hate being a server after 19 plus years, but I've been sick and on vacation, so I feel like the only thing I have to whine about is that I'm now poor. After the holidays and taking time off for being sick, I'm super poor. Actually, no, I do have a wine. It's this. If a law changes, I don't think it should be up to the employee to be aware of it and figure it out. I shouldn't have to ask my bosses if I get sick pay if the law changed January 2024. And I'll give some grace because it just happened, but don't respond right away by saying that it's not true and just hoping that I'm going to give up. Thank God you work in the news and know how to use a computer. Guarantee no other restaurant employee even knows that the law changed in California. And maybe there's a loophole for the business owners. There usually is, but it's looking pretty good. So mine is a wine about having to stand up for yourself at work, which is always mega uncomfortable. Don't make me do it. I will. I'm going to do it. But don't make me though. It's gross.
Yeah. Solid wine. I am completely in agreement with you.
I hate it.
The law just changed. California employees, you are now legally entitled to 5 days of sick pay to be paid for by your employer.
Yeah.
If you are sick.
Yeah,
Okay?
and it's not just for full-time
Not
employees.
just for full-time employees.
And the only stipulations are that you have to have worked for them for 90
90
days.
days, yeah.
And something else that's really easy to meet.
Yeah, 90% of people qualify for this, I would say.
It's
I know.
a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's the law.
That's my wine.
That's the law. Solid one. Solid one.
Thanks.
Shall we move to cheese?
Yeah.
Okay.
Despite not getting to eat
I
any.
will not be bragging about myself this time.
Okay.
So it's been a really nice past couple of weeks during the holidays. And
yeah.
we've done a lot of celebrating because Lily's been home with Christmas and Lily's birthday and Morgan's birthday. We did all of these things. This year was also a lot different because it was probably our first year together that we didn't get each other a lot of gifts.
True.
We didn't get Lily a lot of gifts. We did really small things. Morgan finally got me the greatest gift ever, the Kirkland signature hoodie I've been wanting for years and I have talked on this show about. And the cheesiness is this. As cliche as it sounds, the holiday and special occasions like the birthdays really are just about spending time together.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas, we made dinner and gave each other hugs. For Lily's birthday, she brought a bunch of friends over and she got to hang out with them because that's what she wanted. And for Morgan's birthday, we just got pizza. And Lily and I were like, are you sure you just want to get pizza? It's your birthday. We can go anywhere or do anything. She just wanted pizza and she wanted to watch the Twilight movies.
Don't say that
That's
on
all
air.
she wanted to do. And
Okay, we need to context for the Twilight movies
What?
because we were like making Brian watch them.
yeah, it was my first time going all the way through the
I
series.
wasn't like, I have to watch the Twilight movies.
But you were super happy. Like I was
was
looking at
happy.
your face and you were smiling through the entire movie. So
Only
you
because
were,
I was like, yes, Brian's watching
you
this.
were
I
very
can't
happy.
believe it.
And I was happy to do it. Lily and I were like, this is really all that you want to do?
Yeah, it was
This
nice.
is so easy to do.
Just a pizza
and
night in with
enjoyable.
my faves.
Yeah, and it was great and I loved it. So we were all smiles actually that day and it couldn't have been better. So
love
just sharing with the person you care about the thing they want to do the most is really the best.
That is.
So to be fully cheesy, that time together is the greatest gift of all.
Oh my gosh. Bleh. Bleh. Okay.
Okay, what do you got?
I've been sick for about 2 weeks. It's so dumb. And I was so excited to chill and get to do a bunch of things on my break and get to see like people that I haven't been seeing. Okay. So my friend Cambry was like, man, that sucks. You're sick on break. And I'm like, yeah, it's not too bad. The only really sucky thing is that I have to make up shifts and later because I have to give mine away because I'm sick and we don't have sick leave or anything. And she's nice and wishes me healing thoughts. And she's like, let's get together when you're well. Just nice friend texts, right? Then the next day, she's like, check your email. And I'm like, that's weird. Maybe she sent me something to read because she's one of my writer friends and sometimes we do that. Nope. This beautiful fairy godmother sent me a Grubhub gift card and was like, order in and be cozy, bitch. And I was like tearing up and snottier than ever because isn't that so nice?
So nice.
She couldn't believe that this was the first time that anyone had ever sent me a delivery when I was sick. And I'm like, I didn't know this was a thing.
Is this a thing?
I guess it's a thing.
If you've ever had this happen, let us know.
Yeah. I thoroughly approve.
Never knew
it was
about this.
amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You could use it to get chicken soup delivered to you.
I
if you
know.
really-
Isn't that so cute?
It's super nice.
So, like, but the gift exchanger in me is like, I'm going to take you out next. Like, I owe you at least 6 margaritas for sure.
Yep.
It's too nice.
Very nice.
Friends.
Very cool. Very cool. Big ups to Cambry. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. When we come back, it's that time. Your no class picks of the week. Stay with us. It's time to wind down the show here, bring it to a close the only proper way with our no class picks of the week.
You're just a jealous,
No class.
lazy bum.
No class pick.
All right. Pretty much anyone who lives in LA will probably relate to this one. The people that set off fireworks at midnight on New Year's Eve are no class.
Yeah.
Not everybody has New Year's Day off, you know. Some people work every holiday, and some people get to work at 2 a.m. And they're just hoping to get a measly little 3 or 4 hours of sleep to be able to survive their morning shift. The fireworks people don't care about us.
Terrible.
They just want to make a really loud noise, like those fools that put super loud mufflers on their cars. It's no class. They really screwed me this year, and I'm done with them.
I'm done with them. I'm sure they're worried about that. And I'm done.
They listen to the show, every one of them.
Yeah. Obviously.
Things will be different next year. Okay.
I did feel really bad for you.
It was horrible.
I'm so sorry.
Truly horrible.
Yeah, that is no class. Okay, I have a wild no class pick for you. Guys.
What world is this?
I have been biting my tongue because I wanted to tell you about it immediately because it was so insane. Okay, so clear your minds and come with me on this journey. This is about a woman who eats at my restaurant. She tends to order the egg white veggie frittata, which for those of you who don't know this dish intimately, it's very similar in consistency to an omelet or a scramble. It's kind of a scramble that has then been formed into an omelet, and ours is cut into 4 triangles and plated with potatoes and toast or salad and toast. Okay. So it's eggs and veggies, and it's topped with goat cheese. Yum. Delish. So she's not my table this time when I'm there, but asks me for a box. I'm like, no problem at all. And then just like out of habit, I ask if she needs utensils, and I assume she's going to say no, since everyone says no because they're just taking it home. But then she goes, oh, yes, I need utensils. I'm going to give this to the valet. And I can't help it. I fully show on my face that I'm like, what are you talking about, Mujer? And I snort and I'm like, oh, that's weird. He usually orders something from us. And she's like, why is that weird? It's called kindness. And I just can't let it go. So I'm like, nope, that's super weird. He can just order a whole meal if he wants to. He's like got a hookup with us. And sometimes, like he orders from us. And she goes, I give him my leftovers all the time and he always thanks me. So I just say, yeah, he's super polite. So, do what you want, I guess. And she just like doesn't stop her good deed, in quotes, of the day, gives it to him and then walks to her car. Another server is just like blinking in shock. She's like, did I just hear that she gives the valet her garbage scraps? And I'm like, yes.
She's giving him her leftovers?
Yes. Let me
I was
tell you.
under the
Let me
impression
tell you
that
what
it was
she.
a new order.
No. Let me tell you what she gives him. She gives him her cold single piece of egg white frittata that she has eaten off of as a gift. If a customer handed me their leftovers, I would be so offended. You think I can't afford to feed myself and that I'd want your cold scraps off your plate? No shade to anyone who does need those scraps or wants those scraps, but to assume that someone wants them is fully bananas. I really wish that I had asked her if she wanted my leftover apple slices. Maybe that would have gotten her to understand how weird she was being. Like, do you want these 2 apple slices and a chunk of peanut butter that I've licked? It looks like you need it.
Can I apologize to you right now? Because no joke, through this whole story, I was waiting for you to finish so I could go, what's weird about giving someone a new meal to show appreciation?
Not a new meal.
I was judging
it was
you.
This much. It was like 3 bites of eggs that she has eaten off of.
I was thinking you were so wildly off base.
Oh, for saying that she was being like crazy for being nice?
You called her weird to her face. I was like, whoa, like there's a level to this serving game.
Sorry, maybe I should have like switched to the order of that.
No, I'm sure you said it. I just didn't understand it.
No, I think I did. I think I did save it for later, but
no, you did.
It was so fully insane.
That is so fully crazy.
Yeah, which I'm sure he just throws it away because who in their right mind would eat that?
Yeah, no.
I mean, he's so nice. I need to talk to him about this because I forgot to talk to him. Afterwards because I can't remember what I was doing at the end of the day, but I wanted to talk to him so bad.
That is wildly no class of this woman.
Do you eat
Do you ever eat it? Find out for us, please.
Because we have this one lady who's, I think she's famous. I don't know her name, but she's so sweet. And she like always talks to the valets and everything. She'll buy them a burger, like a new order.
A new food?
Yeah, and she'll send it out to them while she's eating.
Right.
Because she's just nice.
Just looking out for the homies.
But she asks them what they want. She's like, oh, what do you want today? And they'll be, oh, burger, thank you so much. And she'll like send it out to them. Okay, that's a classy move. That's so nice.
Not weird.
No, because she's just got like money to throw away. Okay, cool.
Cool.
But this lady,
this is a different Steve.
She has like scraped the goat cheese off of this piece of egg for him.
No, I hope he doesn't.
Unbelievable.
I hope he doesn't eat it.
No, he doesn't.
Not.
He doesn't need to eat it because he has a job that pays for the food that he eats.
You got to find out for us, though. We need to make sure. As a journalist, I need to know.
I mean, yeah.
I need to know for
I'm going to do a follow-up.
If he's ever eaten it.
I'm going to do a follow-up.
Please do.
Unbelievable. I was furious.
I like that you called her out to her face.
Yeah, I did.
Amazing. Okay, we've been talking about this too long.
I
love it, though. I love it.
It was just, it got me really riled up again thinking about it.
Damn.
God, this piece piece of garbage.
All right, guys, that's our show. Thanks so much for being here and hanging with us. Like and or subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on. I have missed our show.
I'm like so hot. I'm like so riled.
I'm really hot too, just from laughing. Like, this is so good. All
I have
right.
missed it too.
We are on all the apps, guys. Episodes also on YouTube. If you don't know, they're on YouTube. They're good. I make all the we have graphics.
My parents love them.
It's not just static shots of us. Like, it's real high level.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Brian's like making some graphics for
I
you
really
guys.
am, and I'm really excited to show Morgan about it and be like, isn't this good? Isn't this one good? Look, I made a schemes graphic. It's really good.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, it's really
Amazing.
a totally different experience, and please check it out if you enjoy it.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys so much. Reach out to us everywhere. Instagram @That'sNoClass. You can also send us an email or a voicemail, that'snoclass@gmail.com, and call 877-7-NO-CLASS, or as Morgan likes to say, 877-766-2527. Call us up. We love having your stories on the show.
Stay classy.
Stay classy, and have a great week.